Thank you. Okay, so good morning, angels. We call them angels here in QVA, Steve. Good afternoon to you, Steve. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, yeah, my name is Noemi. I am the team manager in QVA, and I'll be assisting you all throughout your experience here in QVA. So, I've mentioned in the chat that this will be a group interview. So we have 2, 4, 5 lovely angels that you can get to know today. So we have Masha's, Sharame, Alan, Rhea, and Nana. But before we get started with your questions, Steve, I'd like to ask if we can hear a bit of yourself and your business background to know you more, please.
Yeah, sure. So
Thank you.
my name's Steve. Nice to see you, everyone. I run a business called Learn Awesome, and I'll put it in the chat. So if you want to have a bit of a look, I should have shared it before this, but that's okay. So yeah, I think I've spelled that right. And what we do is we're a digital experience agency. So what we do is we do two things. We help our clients and our companies that we work for, we help them digitize their knowledge through online courses. So we help them build courses and education programs. And so that might be similar to what maybe Jason does with you, where you have a training program that you go through before you start and graduate into an angel. We would build those sort of programs and bigger programs than that. So yeah, that's an example of something that we do. Do I have if I have screen sharing permission, I might even be able to show you an example of something like that. So just let me just share my screen, and I will show you. So here's an example of something that we build. So we've got a digital public speaking program, and it's basically a series of, this is just the demo of it, but it's basically a series of programs and information that allow the user to come and train a particular aspect of their public speaking, but we build the infrastructure that this program sits on. So unlike maybe what you're used to, which is like video and text, we build programs that are a little bit more engaging and interactive, that allow people to have a little bit more fun and excitement when it comes to training. So that's one area of our business. The other area of our business is we help with digital experience for clients as well. So this means that when it comes to sort of like running virtual events like webinars, workshops, masterclasses, etc., we have the infrastructure that builds all of that stuff out. So like the registration pages, the emails, the automations, the pipeline, all of that stuff, so that all our clients have to do is just show up and run their event, and we run everything else for them. So one of the things that's very important for us in terms of the work that we do is we need to be able to get bums on seats to our clients' events as well as to our events as well. So being able to be good at finding their particular clients and having conversations with them, and then inviting them to the events and then following up with them, which I'm sure has been part of your training in your angel process, which is awesome. That's something that's really, really important to us, is to be able to get more people to attend the programs that either we're running or our clients are running. So yeah, they're the two things that we do. And then obviously, yeah, the main aspects, as I said, is reaching out to prospective clients and organizing an opportunity for them to have a chat with us to work with. Or, for example, the public speaking program, we might be wanting to reach out to organizations that need the program, and then we would effectively, use that conversation to then sell the program into a particular company. So yeah, that's a little bit about us.
Wow, you've got an amazing offer to your client, Steve, and we are so happy that we are part of your team. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, would you like to ask them questions or individually, or would you like them to introduce themselves first and do a follow-up question?
Yeah, maybe a short introduction from everyone, and maybe in your introduction you can tell me maybe one interesting thing about you, maybe one of your hobbies or one of your interests, and then maybe you could tell me about how you would, very short, like you don't have to say a million words here, but like how you would help get people to attend maybe a webinar or a masterclass or something. That would be great. So I'll let you.
That's perfect. All right, so let's start with Rhea, followed by Shara May, Alan, Nana, and Mashas. So I'll be around, Steve. I'll be listening, but I'll turn off my video so the angels won't get distracted. Okay. I'll get back
Okay.
to you once you're done. Thank
No
you.
worries. Thank you.
Oh, hi Steve. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you.
Wow, that's great to hear. So, yeah, by the way, I am Rhea Grizensenas. I've been a virtual assistant for 2 years now, and my expertise is in social media management, including engagement. If there are people who would comment in the post, I will do engage with them. Posting content. If I post all the contents that we will be posting in that certain day, to the different social media platforms that we will be using, and to the business page and groups as well. Also, lead generation and appointment setting via direct messages and phone calls. In DM, I just did it organically by posting by sending a friend request to those people who would like engage to my post, and then I will send them a initial reach out and build a strong rapport. And if I think that person really needs our services, I will that is the time that I will like offer our service. And if that person would love to do to take our service, I will then book a call with you. And I
Cool.
can also call, yeah, I can also call prospects through phone calls because I've been doing it before.
Okay.
And I also love using Canva and Koya to edit some posts to look great and elegant, both photos and videos, and also to schedule some posts. I can also create events on Facebook and LinkedIn, and I am also using Eventbrite. And by the way, I am good at handling different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And additionally, I love using Trello for data management, and I learned how to navigate ActiveCampaign and MailChimp for email marketing. And for your information, consistent posting and your different social media platforms, business page, and groups can help you grow your business. Because if we don't do that, only 2% of your connections can see your post. That is like omnipresence. So that's all.
Cool.
Thank
Thank you very much. That's very detailed. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Who's next? I can't remember the order that you may.
Yeah, your turn, Shara May, followed by Alan, Nana, and Mashas.
Hey Steve, how are you today?
Hey, I'm well. Thank you.
Oh, great. So, by the way, let me introduce myself. I am Cherami Binanda. I am 25 years old. I previously worked as a general virtual assistant with a spiritual life coach. My previous clients helps individuals to connect their true selves in order to have a greater life. And I also help her in selling different type of crystals and also booking appointments and selling her course or program. I've been working also with a business coach from UK, and he is helping business owners and entrepreneurs, inspiring them to love their business and enjoy their life and have fun. I helped him mostly using LinkedIn, and we use Sales Navigator because we targeted business owners who run over 15 years. And I love Sales Navigator because it allows us to search specific demographics that we need to target, so it won't waste our time, like a country specific, age, industry, and how many years in business, or etc. And aside from unlimited searches, Sales Navigator also comes with a bunch of advanced features that can really take your lead generation to the next level. I did booking appointments with him through LinkedIn, Sales Navigator chat, and we offer free value at first by providing them a free ebook for about how to love your business. And yes, building strong rapport at first is vital, especially sending DMs to the new connection. I'm done general tasks like a project management, SMM, or social media management, and appointment setting to DM and phone. So I am good in handling different social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And I love using Canva to edit some good contents to be posted. And I am comfortable editing videos or reels. And I know how to use some content scheduler like Hootsuite. And I am good in using Trello board for project management, Active Campaign for mass emailing, or sending email campaign. And I can create events on Facebook and LinkedIn and invite the right target market for a webinar, workshop, or masterclass. And for us to invite a specific leads, we need to create a banner, that content's title and date, and share events link to different FB groups. And I also good with WordPress. In fact, I have my personal website created and designed through WordPress. And if you want, I will send you the link later. And to be honest, Steph, I've been stalking your different social media platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. And by the way, thanks for accepting my friend request. And I love your missions that is help smart people digitize their knowledge, cheat time, scale their business, and help more people. And I love to work with you and I help you to scale your business because I can use my past experiences working as a general virtual assistant. And I understand your main focus right now is handling LinkedIn, connecting to a specific target audience, especially those who do online events. And yes, I love that concept of giving them free value before booking them for a call. And I believe and I can help you with that. And I am good in using LinkedIn. And honestly, I have an ebook purchased last year about LinkedIn name get notice and generate leads. LinkedIn by Chris Wilson. Basically, it contains a collection of tips and advice harness at the true power of the worldwide platform and very helpful for us. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Very, very detailed. Amazing. And thank you for the research that you did into the business. That's great. Who's next?
Hi. Good day, everyone. Hi, Steve. How it's going?
Hey, Alan. How are you, man?
Good, all good. Well, thank you for having us here, and also to Naomi. Well, by the way, let me introduce myself. I am Alan Jun, and I have a degree in Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. And I used to work before as a computer programmer for a year in Accenture. And I used to work also as a virtual assistant for a year. Well, what I do there in my past virtual assistant job is similar to what you do, as mentioned to us by Naomi, and as you mentioned earlier. You are looking for a VA that has experience in using something like LinkedIn's, and well, yeah. What we do in my previous job is I specialize in connecting to people, doing organic outreach, and well, I do organic outreach to all social media platforms, and I also provide I also help provide assistant to your leads, which is a big help to your niche or for the services that you offer. I can also do provide assistant to, I can also do appointment setting, social media management, lead generation, and cold calling. Well, what we do in my previous job is, and it is how also I think I can help you, is that we connect to people on all social media platforms like Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Like, yeah, we do organic outreach. We add them as we send them friend requests, or we engage them directly to text or to comments on social media posts. So what we do there is that we do small talks. After that onwards, that we get their attention. So we send them like links for sample of the trainings offered by by the client, something like that. And oh yeah, well, I also just wanted to let you know that in every past experience that I have from my previous company, I learned to communicate and also how to provide excellent service. Looking forward to work with you, Steve. That is all.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, mate. Computer science, very interesting. Very interesting degree. So that's
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool. Who's next?
Hello, good morning.
Thanks.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you, Nana.
Hello, I'm Gina Lynn Pivra Gonzalo. You may call me Nana. I'm
Awesome.
30 years old from Davao de Oro, Philippines. Um, I actually held, among others here, I've come also from a different background. I was previously employed as a laboratory supervisor,
Wow.
but I've held a variety of positions over the years that I was with my previous company. That's including administrative roles and financial roles where I picked up cashiering and invoicing. I've also worked in business planning and customer service and also with social media management. So in social media management, I have to post and manage online content for a variety of platforms. While also doing that, before doing that, I have to be well versed in editing tools such as Canva, Python, Adobe Acrobat, Adobe Premiere Pro. And I'm also a teacher. I was also a teacher in my previous employment. So I have the ability to explain difficult concept and engage a person simply with the aid of by explaining complex concepts into very understandable things. So I've also had a research experience in my previous job. So talking about the social media management and digital marketing experience in my previous roles, I have to reach people through different platforms such as LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, reach them organically and generate leads through that in order to drive and deliver enrollment for the fiscal and academic year. So in LinkedIn, I have to look for professionals who are working with a certain institution and engage with them. If they would engage on any of my messages or DMs, I would ask them if they would, we could go to the institution, to any regional schools or district schools located in our area, and conduct a seminar or actually a career caravan. We call that a career caravan, but it's actually a marketing caravan to encourage students to enroll in our institution. And also we also have to give value to the students. Say, what would happen if they would enroll in our institution? They would get, say for example, they would get scholarships, they would get a lot of discounts and other things if they would enroll in our institution, and the accreditation of the institutions. On my free time, I actually like to read books, engage with people, walk to the park with my dog, and try out foods and do boxing exercises.
Fantastic. Nana,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very, very detailed. I appreciate the example that you gave about the career caravan. That's very impressive and a very cool technique to use. Lucky last.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you.
Great. All right. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Noemi Macias. I am completed my bachelor's degree at Stanford International School, a course of Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. I have a 7 years work experience as an official in charge and promoted as HR supervisor in same company. I am well trained in searching, screening, and handling candidates. I am mostly work. I am very interesting in handling team and persons. And I have a 2-year work experience as a customer service representative in BPO industry. My duties and responsibilities is answering inbound calls, evaluating problems and complaints of the callers, providing proper solution, responding to the needs of customers, selling and giving information on the products of services, processing orders, forms and application, routing calls to other team. And I've been doing 6-month appointment setting via DM and phone calls. I also did lead generation, where I can share content with different groups related to our niche. What I love most about helping my clients is that I am able to connect and put myself in their shoes. It can be a very humbling experience, and it makes me appreciate what I can do for them, and I'm available to assess them duty that I could ever make an amazing world. That's why helping them to expand their objectives all over the world will be the great help to connect those parts of millions of people with their specific needs. My positive attitude is definitely one of my strengths. I can view a situation from multiple perspectives and understand things at any given time. I am solution-oriented person and quick learner. I also know how to get up once I failed. I always fight and never give up. One of my weakness is perfectionism. I always see to things and make things perfection, and I'm especially competitive with myself. Yet I don't see that as a pure weakness because I see it as a beneficial anything I do too. And one of my hobbies is going to a gym during my spare time.
Fantastic.
That's
Thank
all,
you.
Steve. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. That was really nice to learn a little bit about your history and your experience and what you like to do. That's great. May, do we have some time for some additional questions?
Yes, absolutely. Take your time, Steve.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. So some of you mentioned some tools, which is very, very good, very helpful. So I want to give everyone a chance just to talk to me a little bit about some of the tools from a content perspective. So one of the things that we'll be needing to do is, so we run a podcast. That podcast would need to be it's recorded on Zoom, just like this call. It would need to be edited and cut into smaller promotional pieces. So I think you would call that repurposing content. And then obviously things like subtitles added, a nice design, and whether you use Canva or Adobe or whatever. I'd just like to learn a little bit more about some of the tools that you would use for content creation and content editing, specifically around graphics as well as video as well. So I'm happy to go in the same order that we did before, which was Raya, you were first. So I'm happy to hear.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, for video editing, I can edit it on Canva, and for photos as well. And I am also using Vid, yeah, and Adobe.
Okay. Would you mind? Sorry to interrupt, and thank you for your answer. Would you mind just putting the tools that you use in the chat, just so that I've got reference? That would be wonderful.
Okay. Great.
Thank you very much. Awesome. And then I think next was Shimei. You were next. I can't remember who was next. Someone go next.
Okay.
Yep.
For video editing, I can use Canva, and for the content, and I can use content scheduling and Hootsuite.
Content scheduling and Hootsuite. Awesome. Okay, nice. Thank you. Alan, I think you were next.
Yeah, same as them. I do Canva for video editing and Vegas Pro, and using the video editor Vegas Pro also. And I can also do some other video editing software. I can easily learn about it. But I usually do Canva and Vegas Pro. About scheduling, I think you know, like Calendly, right? We do somewhere something like that.
Yep. Okay, that's cool. And again, just as a reminder, folks, if you wouldn't mind just putting those tools that you mentioned in the chat. There's some that I know, like I know Adobe, I know Canva. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I also
Sure.
appreciate that there are some, there's some limitations with what you can do video wise with Canva. So it's good just to, even for me, like I didn't know that Veed was a thing. So I might just look at that and just make sure that that's all good. And don't stress if you forget to say anything. Like it's not, don't worry. Like it's not going to impact you negatively. It's just understanding. Now, Nana, you said something really interesting. I think you said Powtoon which is something else that I haven't heard
Yes.
for a while. So tell me a little bit more about your tools, and then yeah, I'll come back to that.
Well, Canva is the most basic tool that we use mostly in academic institution because it provides a lot of templates. But Poton is actually an interactive tool, especially that is good to use for videos and other trainings. Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro would provide fine tuning for videos and photos. I've used this, but it's not extensively used because it takes a lot of time and expertise to use this. But it's really good. Adobe, both the Adobe products are really good. It could give you a lot more manipulations on your photos and also provide you pixel arts that is not available with Canva and Poton. But for interactive video and actual engaging video, Poton provides a lot of animations and clickables.
So there's clickable content within the. Okay, that's
Yes.
interesting. Would you mind putting those in the chat? And I just like I've heard of them. I just haven't done any research, so I wouldn't mind being able to see what's possible there. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. That's excellent. Lucky last. Marcius.
So mine is scheduling, and then since our focus is social media, the platform that we use social media is lead generation, Facebook, and then Twitter, LinkedIn, and then Instagram. So
Okay.
that's mine.
Yeah, sure. And so then in terms of like how you would edit that content, what tools would you use to, so let's say for example, I said, hey, here's the podcast that we did this week. Can you edit that into some smaller content? What tools would you use to do that? Or is that something that you don't have much experience in? And that's okay.
I can use Adobe.
Okay.
I have a knowledge of that.
No worries. That's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, folks. I've got some additional questions around some of that. So let's use the podcast as an example. So we do maybe it's a 20-minute podcast episode each week, and we talk about things like training, facilitation, how to use Zoom, all of that sort of stuff. I'd love to hear how you would approach. So if I said to you, hey, here's the video of the podcast. Can you create me 5 pieces of content from it? I'd love to hear how you would go about doing that, if that's okay. And you don't have to, you don't need to go into excessive amounts of detail. I guess I just want to hear how you would approach that task from the beginning. So all I've given you is I've said, here's the podcast, and I want 5 pieces of content. So we'll start again. We'll just go around the room that we did before. So Raya, please.
Video editing is not really my I'm not really fan of video editing, but yeah, if my client is has given me this certain task, so I can do a research on it. And yeah, I Canva is really good because I've been editing videos in Canva. And yeah, I'll put a thumbnail there, the subtitles, because some of the people cannot hear the words clearly, so that they can just read the subtitles. Then like cut those it we can't avoid the hanging and the talk of the both and the podcast, so cut those airy and spacey what you call this, yeah, cut something that is not really important. And then yeah, we'll go and check, let you check, and if it's good, I would be happy.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for your answer. Who's
So
next?
first, I need to know the branding and also the concept of the video, and I will put the subtitle also. That's it.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Thank you. Alan?
Oh, yeah, hi. Well, if you given me that task, I will simply ask you if. Also, I want to know what's the content? And I would ask you if what will you like me to that for to do, or like do you want it to put some like uh captions and subtitles and some other picture, insert some slide for like pictures and text slide, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
all.
Thank you for your response. That's great. Thank you, Nana.
Okay, so there are several things that we could do with a raw video. You could generate a graphic design template that you could post on social medias. You could also generate a blog post or just a short content or just a short written content about what's the video about. You could also create short video from the raw video, just snippets or clips of that video, and then make it into a reel or actually a my day to post on your social media accounts. And also the raw video, you could edit the raw videos and also generate newsletter from the new video content.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
That's really cool. And Lucky Last.
For me is I can generate I ask what's the content of that video, and then so that I can generate the leads of our prospect clients.
Mhm.
So that's mine.
Okay, cool. So yeah, thank you for your response there. I think what's important for us is it's not so much what tools you know, because we can teach you how to use tools, right? What's really important, and maybe it's for me and maybe it's for future clients that you'll work for, is we want to know how you would approach it. So it was great to hear some of you explain in a little bit more detail than others how you would go about approaching it. So, you know, for someone like us, I just need to know how much input I would need to provide you. So an example of that would be if I gave you a 20-minute video, raw video, and then I said I need 5 pieces of content, would you be able to go and look at the content and decide which parts would be valuable for 5 pieces of content? Or would you need me to provide you the input as to whether or not I need to tell you from minute 1 to 5, make that piece of content, from minute 6 to 7.5, make that piece of content? So in the chat, if you don't mind, so we don't go around the room again, I've got one more question about that. Just let me know which you would prefer when you're working with us. Would you prefer me to tell you all of the timestamps that you need for the 5 pieces of content, or are you able to watch the content and then make that decision yourself? And just be honest, there's no right or wrong answer. So just in the chat is perfect. Yep. And then while you're doing that, I'll think about my next question, which is the last one for today.
Yeah, for me, I've been creating content since I've started as a virtual assistant. So, wait.
Whose echo?
A minute.
Whose echo is that? And Raya, it's okay. Like Raya, it's okay. There's no need to comment on that question. So just in the chat. Just in the chat is perfect.
So yeah, can I continue?
I'd just like you to put the answer in the chat. How you?
Oh,
would...
sorry.
That's okay. So just type it in the chat, because that way we save it. We save a bit of time, and it's not a question where I need detail. It's sort of like a yes or no. It's like I either need timestamps or I could work out the useful pieces of content. So that's all I need you to put in the chat there, folks, please and thank you. Okay, cool. And what's great is it seems like some of you have got more content experience and some of you have got more lead generation experience. So I want to make sure that those of you who have nodding your heads, maybe that they've got more lead generation experience, I want to make sure that you feel like you have an opportunity to tell me more about that, because at the end of the day for us, the content that we create is going to help build leads. But at the same time, I would much prefer having leads than no content, if that makes sense. So if we didn't have content, but we had leads, cool. But if the content helps us get leads, great. So what I'd like to know is specifically in relation to booking appointments or appointment setting in the calendar, I'd love to understand the approach that you would take in respect to, let's say, LinkedIn. So we're using LinkedIn as the vehicle or as the platform. How would you approach getting an appointment with a potential client who needs our event building software? So the event building software is the product that we're offering. And I talked to you about that at the start. You're using LinkedIn to get those appointments and build those leads. I'd love to know how you would go about doing that from cold outreach all the way through to booked appointment. Could you tell me the steps that you would take? And we'll start with Raya again, please. Raya, is your microphone fixed now? Are you all good? Oh, you just finished typing. So now you can answer my question straight away.
Yeah, is it about the lead generation, right?
Yeah. Would you like me to come back to you? Because I think you were typing while I was explaining the
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to go last? I'll let you go last.
Yeah, I can go last.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. Perfect.
Thank you.
So Shana, if you would go next, please, that would be great. Thank you. Or maybe are we all still typing? Are we all still typing our answers? Alan, thank you.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, are you good? Do you understand the question that I asked?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. I'll repeat it for everyone. If you could mute yourself just so I don't hear the background noise, that would be great. So the question is, I want to know about your approach and the process that you would take to booking an appointment from cold outreach. And so we're using LinkedIn. Your client, or the prospect that I'd like you to book an appointment with is someone who would need our event building software. And I just want to know the approach that you would take using LinkedIn to do it, to go from cold outreach into a booked appointment. That's my question for you, please.
First, I need to search if they are a business owner and build a rapport and sending messages, DMs.
Sure. How would you build rapport? How would you build rapport with someone from the beginning? What have you done in the past to build rapport? It's a very important step.
Asking what business they have.
Okay, so asking the question. Great. That's cool. Thank you, Alan. What would you do, mate?
Hey, well, I do like call outreaching. So we do it like we do organic. We engage through some posts. We interact through their posts or something like comment on social media platforms, and then eventually we send them friend requests or we directly send them message through their messenger, and like, yeah, and then we do like small talks, and then some things until we get their attention, or I mean we get close to them.
Okay.
And then we ask what's their business, something like that, and we evaluate like. And I also want to hear that soon if I how to know that if uh they were I'm sorry,
It's okay.
I will like, it depends on you on how we will like if they were qualified. I mean, if they were qualified uh, uh for that offer that you use, and then yeah, well, we do like we send them like invites for you to so they can, I mean, we send them invites so they can talk to the expert like you. So I mean, they can talk to you, our client, the specialist of this. And yeah, that's
Sure.
what we do. And also we send them some sample of that, what you do, like that's software, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the example that we use. So yeah, you would follow them up. That's excellent. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, that is
Thank you, Alan. Cheers. Nana?
Hello. So I would like to filter them and then select the clients that would actually be in line with what we are offering. Go through their pages or timelines, look at their posts, and then message them. Just create a small talk or relevant and ask relevant experience to say, oh, I have tried using this or engaging in something like this, but do not upfront offer them the services. because it would be like slamming them into their faces. So I have stocked something like this. So I've actually discovered a tool that could help me, or that could help people book appointment. So why don't you try this tool? Actually, I've also learned this tool. So why don't we talk about it, and then we could talk to the person actually more knowledgeable about the tool. That's about
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Sure. How would you, so I've got a follow-up question just on one of the things that you said, which was, you said at the start you would filter the potential people to reach out to. So for the like this event software solution that we offer, what considerations would you have when filtering for someone? So you mentioned that you'd look on their timeline and stuff. What things on their timeline would be relevant to know that they are the right person to maybe reach out to?
All right. So are they offering services, or are they offering coaching? If they're offering coaching, do they engage in appointments, or did they engage in talks or events? So that's about it.
Great answer. Thank you very much.
Thank
and lucky,
you.
two to go, because Ray is going last. So we've got Mercedes.
Mine is for my previous client is we search on Facebook group and then send a friend farming, and then send them a friend request, and then after they accept our request, then we send them a welcome message. For example, hey Francisca, Mateo, how are you? I hope you're doing well. My name is Noemi and I'm part of Steve's team. I just wanted to welcome you to this group, like that. And then if do you have a previous, then we will send them a previous.
Got it. Okay, thank you. And Ray, lucky last.
Yeah, for me, I used to do it. Posting a question post or a poll is like getting the leads that we are needing. So like those people who are commenting in the post, I will add them as a friend, and if accepted, I will send them a message, and build a strong rapport, making sure that no asking where in the world are you, what do you do for a living, and like asking making sure they will you build rapport, build friendship, asking their pain points. Then if if that is fit to our niche, then that is the time I will offer our service. And then if that person approves, then I will then book for a call with you.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, folks, for your responses. I really appreciate your answers and the time that you've taken to explain your approach and things like that. So, yeah, that's great. Nemay, what would be the next steps?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for those lovely questions. And thank you, Angels, for joining us. Let's turn the table before we wrap it up. I wonder if you have questions for Steve.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyone
Please.
can ask questions, please.
Can I ask questions? Yeah.
Yep.
So where do you see your business 3 to 6 months from now?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I would see it specifically some significant growth. So I'd like to see the event software business growing quite significantly. So in terms of users, I'd like to have maybe 50 users over the next 6 months jumping in. So that's clients that are jumping into this program and utilizing the tools that we use for them. And then the other aspect would be our public speaking program. I would like to see that grow and be able to maybe have 200 to 300 users in that program. And that would involve a lot of lead generation and a lot of workshops and events to make that happen. So yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Anyone else? Anything else? Just are you curious about anything like time, like the time zone, the time of day, work hours, that sort of jazz?
Okay, I have a question.
Sure, Nana, please.
Okay. So recently there's a boom about the AI or the chat GPT AI tool. So I'd like to know if you have any perspective in incorporating AI in your business and seeing it grow.
Very good, very good question. Nice. I would say that AI and especially Chat GPT, I think it's fantastic. I think it's awesome because what it does is it allows us to save time. It allows our clients to save time. Where it goes wrong for them is if they rely on it as the sole source of their content generation. So the way I look at it is, one day the AI is going to take over the world. And, I'm not sure if any of you watch movies, but there's a movie called Terminator. There's about 7 of them, but it talks about the system Skynet taking over the world and then turning the world against itself. So I see that happening a lot, and I see a lot of jobs being taken over by artificial intelligence, especially idea generation and planning and that sort of stuff. But I see the companies that will be successful will be the ones who are able to use the tools for their time saving ability, but then inject their own personality into the content that it creates. So I think that's some of the stuff that aligns with our values as well, is that we want to provide our clients with a quicker way to get their events up and running. We want to provide them with a better way to present themselves and communicate their value to the world. But we're still arguing that they need to do it themselves, because that's something that the computers can't replace. Is they can't replace your personality and the way that you would solve problems. So yeah, that's my answer to that. Great
Thank
question.
you very much, Steve.
Sure. Awesome. If there's no other questions, that's
Hello,
great.
Alan, Jeremy, and Chef.
None so far.
None so far from me. I think Steve
Okay.
answered all the information I also need.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Well, of course, the next step, Steve, is for you to announce who you wanted to work with. I wonder if you can tell us now, or would you like to sleep on it before you decide?
If it's this, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot. Wow, that really is a trial by fire, huh? If you get the answer now. Is there any way that I can see some examples of maybe some graphics or some video specifically that you've done in the past? That would be very helpful. That'd be very helpful for me to go away today and sleep on it, so to speak. But yeah, I just it's the challenge with content is that content is very, very specific to the person that's making it. So you can tell me about your approach, but if I see a piece of content, it'll tell me everything that I need to know about your design skills, your capability, the way that you think. So if it's possible, and if you're open to it, everyone on the call, however you want to provide that to me, maybe in the group chat. I don't want to tell you guys how to run your show, but maybe in the group chat you could upload maybe one graphic piece of work and maybe one video that you've worked in the past that you'd be able to share. If you can't share anything, no problem. I respect and appreciate that, but that would be very helpful for me to see, the style of work that you're able to produce. That would be really helpful.
Okay, so go ahead and drop the links or any samples of your creation, Angels, on the mastermind group chat, please. And then as soon as you decide, Steve, feel free to tag the name of that VA that you've chosen. And
Okay.
then we will go ahead and schedule our onboarding call.
Sure. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Would you also like a copy of this recording?
No, it's okay. I've
All right.
I've been paying attention the whole time. So yeah, I look forward to
All
look
right.
forward to
Enjoy
seeing
the
those
rest of
examples.
the day. Thank you so much,
you.
Steve, for your time. Thank you, Angels. And hope
Thank
to
you,
hear from
Steve.
you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your
Thank you.
time.
Have a great
Have a
day.
great day.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Steve. Have a great day.